Flatulators. Who will take home this week's prize of $2,000 and come back to compete in the American Flatulators Finals for a $50,000 grand prize? We'll find out today on the American Flatulators.
Will it be Tex Air Biscuit Critter, who hails from the Lone Star State of Texas, where he runs a gas station that's been in his family for 3 generations? He's hoping that today he has enough internal combustion to blast his way to the top.
While the other guys are pumping iron, I've been pumping gas.
Or will it be Dumper Pyle, an ex-Marine from the Windy City, one of a few good women for 7 years? She dropped bombs during the Gulf War, yet never saw combat. Dumper aims to give it her best shot.
Being a trained killer does not necessarily make one less feminine.
Bernie the Eggman Blatbaum from Flushing, New York is hoping it will be him. One-third owner of the famous 3 Men and a Bagel shop, Bernie believes that the danger, pace, and day-to-day pressure of life in the Big Apple keep him on the competitive edge.
Hey, all it takes is a little hard wine and a dream.
Or will the winner be our final contestant today? From Hyannisport, Massachusetts, Felicia Fuller-Cheeks, daughter of famed industrialist Philip Fuller-Cheeks. Though a newcomer to the sport, Felicia has fulminated her way from the rear of the pack in the American Flatulators Open-End Talent Search just 6 weeks ago to become one of our top competitors.
Shall I turn on the whirlpool now, madam?
Welcome to another exciting episode of the American Flatulators. I'm Ben Dover along with my co-host, Big Bill Butts.
And I'm Big Bill Butts. Well, you met our challengers. Now let's meet our American Flatulators.
Presenting the mighty American Flatulators.
Yeah, that's right. With me, I flush.
Irgendwann vor, sie Vaterland. Almost felt like a butterfly and felt like a blowfish.
S-B-D.
Back after these messages on the American Flatulator.
Stomach feeling great? Got that well all over feeling? Never felt better in your life? But what about later? The big blowout toga party. You gotta be gassed up and ready to jump in it with all the others, and you're feeling great. What are you gonna do? Why, hot juice seltzer, of course. Just a handful of tablets into a glass of water 15 minutes before you walk out the door, and you'll be the life of the party. Flat yourself. It's a gas. Tonight on Geraldo, hookers who fart.
Hey, some guys just like it.
Pop-Tarts on the next Geraldo.
And I'm Big Bill Butts. Well, Okay, our flatulators are all fueled up and ready to let go in our first event, Power Balloon. But first, let's find out a little background on one of today's contestants, Tex Air Biscuit Fritter.
For 3 generations, the Fritter family has run the excess gas station in the small town of Lone Gulch, Texas. Tex is a strong believer in tradition and continues to operate the small gas station to this very day.
Well, it was my granddaddy, Xavier Samuel Fritter, who first opened the excess gas station. Daddy took over the business when Grandpa died, and me, well, I've had excess gas ever since I can remember.
An avid bowler, as well as being a lover of Texas history and tradition, Tex has never forgotten the Alamo and never misses a Thursday night with the boys at the Drinking Bowl in what is now a friendly competition between Tex and his bowling buddies and the neighboring Mexican team.
That's for the championship! And that's for Davy Crockett! Texas, a big land, a bold land, land big enough for a man to fart in. You pump gas long enough, it gets into your system. You know what I mean?
Yes, we certainly do, Tex. Well, things are going to be heating up around here any minute now. Here's the way we play Power Balloon. All 4 challengers and all of our American flatulators compete head-to-head.
Should we say butt-to-butt?
Right, yeah.
Not enough to just break wind. You must break the balloon!
Contestants, ready! Yahoo! Flatulators, ready!
And there's the buzzer! Contestants are strapped into their receptor seats. 9-gauge, high-density rubber balloons are atop sanctioned brass deflector fittings attached to the fully coated PVC plumbing coming from each receptor seat. A challenger breaking the balloon before their American flatulators opponent receives 5 points. The first challenger to break a balloon will also receive an additional 5 bonus points. The power balloon competition has always proven challenging, as you know, in the past. Flatulating on demand is hard enough, but the sustained voluminous flatulation needed to compete in the power balloon is more than most challengers assume it will be. However, today's contestants seem to have come prepared. As you know, Bill, the OFR regulations allow for competitors to use any means necessary in the competition to help induce the flatulation needed for inflation. As you can see, each competitor has his or her favorite method. As for our American flatulators, Ripper is a steady competitor. He's in fine physical shape and maintains a steady, evenly timed flatulation inflation rate, while Cassius Clay seems to always need to get motivated. I am inflated! Yes! Fluff, on the other hand, needs little to set her off.
Let's do a girl named Muff. Boy, she keep my ears warm.
SPD oftentimes will surprise everybody, coming on strong from time to time.
This is, of course, our first look at our competitors, and they each seem to have a unique method of attacking the power balloon. Felicia Fuller Cheek seems to be in command at this time, effortlessly expanding the balloon that had incredibly even rate. Oh boy, is she good!
That she is. Dumper Pile, on the other hand, is progressing in an orderly manner with extreme precision in her inflation technique. As soon as it's expanded, and he's staying right in the running.
But it looks like good old Tex Air Biscuit Fritter is fresh out of Air Biscuit.
Wait a minute, wait just a minute. Tex Air Biscuit Fritter is indeed living up to his name. I have never seen a come from behind effort like this before.
What are you talking about? They all come from behind.
And it's Tex, the winner with 10 points.
And I'm Big Bill Butts. Okay, at the end of our first round of competition, Tex Fritter is in the lead with 10 points. Dumper Pile has picked up 5 points, the Eggman 5 points, and Felicia Fuller Cheeks has bottomed out in this first event. Up next, exciting Don't Pass the Gas competition.
I'm here on the floor with Dumper Pile, who'll be doing battle right now with SBD. Say, Dumper, where'd you get such an unusual nickname?
What nickname?
Let's learn a little bit more about Dumper. Being an ex-Marine First Sergeant and drill instructor, Dumper Pile believes in training hard, working hard, and playing hard. She still believes in esprit de corps, the chain of command, and especially discipline. And she brings each of these virtues to everything she does, from training for American Flatulators to her job as a forklift operator, to her labor of love.
I have never seen a sorrier bunch of maggot manure in all my life. You're nothing but a bunch of sissies, a bunch of crybabies. You're a disgrace to the uniform.
As a dead mother to a troop of scouts.
You make me want to puke.
Sleeping out under the stars brings back a welcome whiff of the good old Corps days to Dumper.
this event, each contestant is matched against one of our American flatulators. The objective is not to be knocked off your pedestal, and it's the one event where the objective is not to pass gas.
There's the buzzer, and Sergeant Pyle comes out smoking. Oh my gosh! 4-5 now, gut smashers inflicted upon SPD, and no gas passed by the flatulator. We've certainly seen this before, but apparently Dumper hasn't. There's a shot from SPD and the first flatulation infraction from Dumper. There's another and another. I'm telling you, Dumper can take it as well as dish it out.
Being an ex-Marine, Dumper is proficient in hand-to-hand combat and looks very confident. Again, the ex-Marine delivers several more vicious gut smashers and still no apparent reaction from SPD. Ooh, Dumper looks mad, and determined to win.
Not a peep, not a squeak, not a squirt, not a squeal! Bill, what was that? SPD might actually be hurt.
It's over! And Dumper Pyle has lasted the entire minute for 10 points, plus 3 points, with a 3 flatulation infraction, leaving her with a total score for this round of 7.
SPD is okay, and she should be ready for the next event. Dumper's gonna be okay too. I'm not that sure about Bill.
Next up is Bernie the Eggman Blackbomb, doing battle with gaseous clay.
Oh boy. Bernie, you okay? Are you ready for today's event?
Absolutely. I've been ready for this all my life. I am confident I will give this man the battle of his life. A blast you'll get from Bernie B. The Eggman's here, as you can see. I won't pass the gas. I will not fall against gaseous clay. I will prevail.
Well, there you heard it in his own words, folks. Bernie the Eggman predicting victory over our American flatulator, gaseous clay.
Competitor ready.
Bill, cover your ears.
Incoming! Next up is Felicia versus... Fluff! A somewhat delayed yet forced flatulational infraction to Felicia from Fluff. Say that 3 times fast.
Did you fluff? Did I hear you fluff? You definitely fluffed. I know I heard a fluff. You fluffed. I know it. Certainly. Was it you?
I think it was her.
Somewhere, but now we're at least 10 flatulational infractions. Felicia's got to receive nothing for this event. She's got zip, nada, bumpkus. That's beans in Yiddish, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if that'll play in Peoria.
It's getting kind of dangerous out there. I'm a little nervous.
And I'm Big Bill Butt. Our last contestant is Tex Air Biscuit Fritter challenging Ripper.
It's not enough to on the pedestal remain. You must not the gas pass.
And I'm telling you something, this is going to be exciting. Ripper is the Rocky Marciano of this event. He has never lost. But Tex was determined.
This is the last roundup for you, Ripper. You cactus-licking, spittoon slurping, odorless son of a bean sprouting, saddle sniffing cowpup. I'm gonna lasso your asshole and brand your big bad bronc and windbreaking butt, bucko! Board 'em up, board 'em in, board 'em over, board 'em out! Yeehaw!
I don't believe it! Ripper passed gas! That's the first time I've ever seen that Aryan ass pass gas! Oh, a tremendous shot, but no gas from Tex! Ripper sides him, another shot! One more! No gas, ladies and gentlemen! Ripper is befuddled! He's besmirched! He's pissed! This is a man who has never once lost a don't pass the gas competition! No! You want to talk about your big bully on the block? Well, when it comes to farting, you're talking about Ripper! Tex may not pass gas there, but he's going to pass a kidney stone if this keeps up. Tex will not pass gas. I smell an upset.
We can all smell it, Ben. I guess he was only following odors.
Wait a second, I hear some seepage. Tex has exploded, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, a late flatulational infraction from Tex and a late flag from the ref. That'll cost him 5 points.
There's a lot more to come on the American Flatulators. We'll be back after these messages.
K-Smell Records presents the very best of the Sphincter Singers. The group that brings a smile to your face, a tear to your eye, and an irritation up your nose presents 50 of their greatest all-time hits in this once-in-a-lifetime TV offering. All these wonderful hits and many, many more. And if you act right now, you'll also receive classical gas. Here are the Sphincter Singers' wonderful tribute to Beethoven as they perform his first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and seldom heard sixth movement. The Sphincter Singers' greatest hits. Call now. 1-800-I-GOT-GAS.
Welcome back, folks. Before we begin, let's check in with our resident physician, Dr. Reggie Cheese Whiz.
In examining today's contestants, as well as the American Flatulators, for illegal use of unsanctioned, internally combustible, modificational, contraband, utensils, miniature gas tanks, or any other flatulence enhancers, I have found no OFR infractions whatsoever. In addition, I can say without hesitation that these are the most talented bunch of assholes I have ever seen.
The next event here on American Flatulators is the freestyle. As you may or may not know, in the next Olympic Games, flatulation becomes an official Olympic event. There will be several categories of competition, including the form, flex and fart, the smart fart, synchronized flatulation, and of course, the tri-flatchathon. And the freestyle. That's right, the freestyle event is seen here every weekend on the American Flatulators will become an official Olympic event.
I'm excited as hell, Ben.
I thought you were Big Bill Butts.
I am Big Bill Butts. The rules for freestyle are simple. Each contestant has to perform an entire original routine for our judges. They can do anything they want. The only requirement is to include in that routine just one of the 5 categories included in the OFR, which is used in worldwide sanctioned flatulation competition.
Right.
The OFR categories are loudness, duration, punctuation, redolence, or the bouquet, and fractional flatulation. The routines will be scored by our international panel of judges, with the overall results being an average from the total judges' scores.
And the rest of the freestyle program belongs to the contestants themselves. They can be who they are, pick their own music, do their own routine, even dress the way they want to. It's just like America. It's a complete expression of their individual talents. Here to help us call this event is the country's top freestyle flatulator. You know, he quit the Olympics recently saying, "If I'm not farting, I'm not departing." Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Yasha Fitzpatrick Kennedy. Yasha, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Ben. Bill. Now, what the judges will be looking for here is confidence. Confidence. Confidence.
They're looking for confidence.
Yes. Now, this portion of the day's competition is unique in that the contestants will not be competing against each other, nor the American flatulators, but rather scoring points on originality, form, and overall presentation. With points deducted for not properly including and executing one of the 5 categories in the OFR regulations.
We're set to go with our first competitor, Bernie Blackbaum. But first, let's learn a little about him.
The popularity of 3 Men and a Bagel has increased tremendously since Bernie decided to name his bagel sandwiches after our very own American Flatulators.
Sure, there's a lot of stress and pressure in this business. It gets to you right here. You can take something for it, or you can direct it into something useful.
Who did something useful? Did you do something useful?
I never do nothing useful.
I know that.
Shut up, Morris. Why don't you go in the back and do something useful and cut the cheese?
I think you cut the cheese already. Morris and me, I'm cutting bagels.
Yes, what do you want, lady?
What's in the ripper?
What do you mean, what's in the ripper? Can't you read? What, you got cataract? Look it up there.
You got a Cadillac.
No, that's the eyes. It's the eyes, Morris, not a car. You know what I'm talking about. What's the matter with you? Listen up there. Look, it says egg salad, broccoli, coleslaw, and sour cream on an onion bagel. If you want something really special, I put a little fava bean paste on it and... You want half a dozen?
I got the bagel.
You got the bagel. Pick the bagel up.
Bernie trains every day to stay in top physical condition, and being a true New Yorker, Bernie runs every year in the New York Marathon.
I may not come in first, but I'm always 2 or 3 blocks ahead of whoever's behind me.
The bass flatu tuba is a rare instrument indeed. There are only 2 left in the entire world, and Blattbaum is the only person to play it in open competition since the late Austrian flatu tubist Percival Prutz.
Bernie is an accomplished musician and will perform the ever-popular theme from the motion picture 2001, Flushes. Better known as the Zarathustra, also squeaked by Strauss Bill. His category for the OFR will be punctuation.
The musicality of Flatulation has been greatly overlooked in the past, and few freestyle flatulators have attempted to incorporate music of any nature in their routines. Bloodbaum's performance was amazing.
Just wonderful. Let's see how the judges like it, Yasha. We know you liked it. We've got a 9, a 9, and 8. Oh my goodness, we've got a 6 from the Russian judge.
Yes, the Russian is tough. The slight slip-up at the beginning of the performance,
What a 6.
Though in my opinion, as well as the other judges, insignificant, seemingly upset the Russian. Next up is Dumpapile, who is an expert at close-order drill in the military. She has combined the precise timing and beauty of the drill with the fraction of flatulation to create an outstanding display of military precision and controlled bodily function.
Left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left. Oh, 1, 2. Right shoulder, hut. Left shoulder, hut. Visit, hut. Right shoulder, hut. Left out, next.
Incredible, isn't she?
Left
Yes.
shoulder,
She is one of only a handful of people able to include fraction of flatulation into the freestyle event.
She's about to complete her freestyle routine. Let's watch her finish.
Oh my! Did you hear that?
I did indeed.
I not only heard it, I felt it.
I see. A wet willy. Oh, I'm sure the judges heard it too.
An 8, another 8, another 8, and a 6 from the Russian judge.
Next up is Tex Fritter. We haven't a clue to what Tex has cooked up for his freestyle event.
But we're about to find out.
Indeed we are.
That's Big Bill Butts.
Ladies and gentlemen, and little rebels of all the ages, Tex Air Biscuit Fritter presents his tribute to the Wild West. The Wild West. Wide Earth. Billy the Kid. Wild Bill Hickok. Annie Oakley. But now, from out of the not-so-wild West, comes the meanest, leanest, quickest draw of them all. Tex Air Biscuit Fritter.
I am the greatest Terminator flatulator of all time.
Well, Sheriff, this here town ain't big enough for the two of us, and I ain't the one who's gonna be getting. So let's settle this like men.
We're gonna settle it like men, and I'll break like the wind.
Turn around, take 6 paces.
I'll take 6 paces and blow it in your faces.
Turn and shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That was incredible. Short but to the point, if you get my drift.
I think we got your drift and a little bit of Texas, too.
It was quite an unusual freestyle effort. The crowd seemed to love it. Let's see what the judges thought.
A 5, another 5, one more 5, and another 5.
The final contestant in the freestyle competition is Felicia Fullercheeks. Let's learn a little more about the background of Ms. Fullercheeks.
Lifestyles of the rich and flatulent. Being born and raised a debutante daughter of wealthy industrialist Father Philip Fullercheeks and society recluse Mother Frances Fullercheeks, one might expect the beautiful, overindulged Felicia to be even more spoiled, vain, snotty, condescending, and self-absorbed than she already is. And one would probably be right.
It just wasn't done when I was growing up. Farting. It would just kill Mama anytime anyone would do it. I remember once at dinner, Daddy broke wind and fired the butler. Pretended it was the butler and fired him.
Poor Felicia. Did that make you feel bad?
Oh, no. I mean, it wasn't a smelly one or anything like that.
Given your background, how did you get into the sport?
Well, it just so happens that I'm good at it.
It was Felicia's great-grandfather Heathcliff who made the vast fortune that supports the lifestyle of the Fullercheeks through the manufacture of railroad locomotives.
Well, it was that silly nickname Grandfather gave her that started it. That's why Felicia does it.
Does what, Mrs. Fullercheeks?
You know.
No, I don't.
Well, you know the F thing.
The F thing, Mrs. Fullercheeks?
Yes, the F thing. You know what I mean. The F thing.
What do you mean by the F thing, Mrs. Fullercheeks?
You know, well, what I mean.
Who is the old gentleman sitting in the rocker, Felicia?
Old? Who you calling old?
Granddaddy doesn't like to be called old.
Old? I'll give you old. You're fortunate I can't see you. I'd give you old. I'm the girl's grandfather, Heathcliff's son. I come with him to this country in 1940. I myself had just turned 40. We came seeking our fortune. Times were tough, all right, but me and my da had lots of fortitude. There was lots come ahead of us, less fortunate than we was. We spent 40 days and a fortnight in Fort Washington. Oh, it was quite a fortress, fortified with fortifications on every wall. That's where me daddy saw his first puffer belly. It was an epiphany, I tell you. He took one look at that giant hunk of iron, turned to me and said, "Our fortune will be forthcoming forthwith." And the rest is history. Oh, for Christ's sake, they won't even let a man fart around here anymore.
Great-granddaddy called locomotives puffer bellies. Puffer belly, that's what he called me. He gave me the nickname Little Puffer Belly. I'm glad he's dead. I'm taking the boat, Mother. I'll be back later.
Oh, don't get a chill, dear. Take your
windbreaker, Mother. It's called a windbreaker.
Felicia has chosen to use her experience as a ballet dancer, gentlemen, to create a freestyle program of jazz dance interpretation. She intends to end her portion of the routine, incorporating the second OFR category, as you know, Yasha, duration, into the routine.
Oh, she is indeed a fine dancer, as we have seen in her rehearsals this week. And I am sure that will impress the judges immensely. However, she has not indicated during those rehearsals how she plans to incorporate duration flatulation into the routine. It will be interesting to see exactly what she has in mind. Let's watch.
He's obviously a fine dancer and has brought a definite level of grace and sophistication to the freestyle event. But I'm still very curious as to how she will incorporate duration flatulation into this wonderful tribute to Norma Jean.
The world record for duration flatulation was 20 seconds. It looks like Felicia might just break it. And
Hey, what's that I smell? It smells like strawberries and broccoli.
Yeah, that is strawberries. That's strawberries and broccoli. It's incredible.
Oh, a 10! A 10! A 10! And a 10!
There you go.
Perfect score!
Fantastic.
I think the unexpected addition of redolence locked it up for Felicia. Even that Ruski judge couldn't turn up his nose at that one. Turn up his nose?
oh, Felicia was just marvelous. A perfect score. Winning the freestyle event and being congratulated by the American Flatulators as well. Oh, wonderful. She is definitely, I say she is definitely Olympic material.
I couldn't agree more. That's it for our freestyle event, folks. We'd like to thank, of course, our special guest, Yasha Fitzpatrick Kennedy, for helping us out. We'll see you at the Olympics later in the year.
Oh, you most certainly will, I say. And thanks for having me as your guest. Oh, I say.
Not Big Bill Butts. We'll be back with our final event of the day, the exciting slippery gauntlet competition, right after this final commercial break.
He came from the future with a gift for all mankind.
I have a gift for all mankind.
But first, he had to eat. From the people who brought you the sci-fi thriller The Flatulator,
Hasta la vista, baby,
comes F2, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Flatulator.
What do you call that, Mike?
That was a gift from the Flatulator. A fart.
A fart?
Trust me. That was a fart.
You call that a fart? That's no fart. Now that's a fart. See you later, Flatulator.
In a pile, crocodile.
Competition here at American Flatulators, Bill. And going into this final event, as you know, it's still anybody's game for the men, and of course also for the women. The winner of this event will determine today's champions, the Slippery Gauntlet.
And I'm Big Butts Bill. I mean Big Bill Butts. The most challenging event of the day is the Slippery Gauntlet. What is the Slippery Gauntlet?
Yes,
a special super high-resin Teflon-coated vinyl surface, which each of our challengers must traverse using nothing but bodily propulsion.
This event requires extreme concentration, however, on the part of our challenger. Trying to even stand up on this slippery surface is a challenge unto itself.
To stay upright, one must have the utmost concentration. The slightest interruption.
What was that?
And I'm Big Bill Butts.
The rules are simple, even though they weren't for Bill. To reach the finish line and break the ribbon, the first one to break the ribbon will earn 10 points.
That's not as easy as it sounds.
No kidding.
Not only do the challengers have to reach the other side and break the ribbon while still on their feet, woo, but they must pass the gauntlet of our American Flatulators.
And that's the true test, because although the Flatulators may not in any way touch the contestants, they will do their darndest to break their concentration in their respective attention zone in the following manners.
In Attention Zone 1, Ripper will try to distract the challengers with deafening intensity and tumultuous vibration, as well as turbulent atmospheric disruption of pressurized volumes of gas.
So you mean he tries to blow them down with his fart?
Exactly!
Good.
In Attention Zone 2, Gaseous Play will try to confuse them with dazzling footwork, lightning fast dialogue, and incredibly bad poetry. In Attention Zone 3, SPD, silent but oh so deadly.
You can say that again.
Silent but oh so deadly.
Not again.
We'll stun them with, well, she didn't get the name SPD for nothing.
That brings our challengers to Attention Zone 4. The Fluff Gun. The American Flatulator Fluff will pepper them with 2-ply poly-quilted toilet tissue roll. The only thing left for them is to break the ribbon at the finish line.
With the winner of this competition receiving all 10 points, and reviewing the standings to this point, it's still anybody's game.
Tight game.
So, let's get ready to
And they're off. They each have to pass through the attention zone for the Flatulators. There goes Thumper Plow giving it a roll. SPD with the patented whirl mark. Tex can't bear to watch. Felicia fulminating away with those fuller cheeks. I wouldn't want to look down the barrel of that Fluff Gun. Gaseous with the lousy poetry. Let me tell you something. He should keep his mouth shut and his butt open. Thumper again. Hunt 2, 1, 2, 3. Parody ducking from the toilet paper. Our audience going crazy. Look at these people. These people represent America. They've got the grit. They've got the heart. They've got the gas.
Thumper is coming up strong. This is a riot. The fans are
I've never seen anything like this.
This Felicia Fullerton is bouncing those sheets. I've never seen anything like this. Oh, the crowd is going wild. The crowd is going wild.
I don't care. I'm so excited. This ranks with the 1940 This is the most incredible thing I've ever been witness to. Just like the 78 Yankees, these people gave it their all. Felicia's tongue looks so royal. Oh, as good as how about Thumper Pyle. I'll tell you something. She gets the Medal of Honor in my book.
Oh, it's beautiful. Championship! And the Bernie's rolling like a bagel with too much cheese. I never seen